Hey guys, and welcome back to some more Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Last time, what did we do last time? We just talked.
wrote-
Did the buttoning.
Oh yeah, we buttoned up. We had that.
We buttoned up Sayori's jacket.
She didn't like it, so.
Yep, I undid it.
So who should we show our poem to first?
The waifu?
The waifu? Well, we kind of made it towards Sayori too, but there's also Natsuki and Monika.
Well, let's go
Neighbor
with
Spunky Waifu President.
let's go with the girl next door since we directed this poem to her.
Alrighty, Sayori.
I will read my poem.
Alrighty.
Oh my goodness! This is so good, Average.
Eh?
I love it. Especially after yesterday's poem.
You're too honest sometimes, Sayori.
No, but really. I want to put this on my wall. Can I?
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. Honestly, have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little bit more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it?
Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's an average poem.
A average.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like one of my lines.
And that makes it feel extra special. Like, I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. It makes me feel things. Then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah. Me neither.
Why don't you at least try giving it some thought?
Aw, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet.
Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point.
Huh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep that in mind.
Well, whatever.
Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head,
Rain cloud.
a sad poem can help you give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Rainbow.
Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic.
Eh? It is? Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Average. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like a lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in bottles, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle's a starlight to make amends. Some times my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a darker cave, discovering the secrets hiding in nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up, and in come my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is an echo, 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 inside my head.
Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this?
Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever?
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you.
Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently.
I see that. It's almost kind of creepy.
Creepy?
Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it.
Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic.
You got pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up.
Yay! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die.
Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic.
All done.
Hey, who's next?
Next.
Yuri.
Yuri.
Let's see what you've written for today.
There you go.
This is pretty good, Average. Were you influenced by seeing everyone else's writing styles yesterday?
I guess you could say that.
I was also a bit surprised by how differently everyone writes. So I respect you for trying new things. You don't need to be afraid to be a little more daring. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander through your feelings. And write down the things you see and hear. That's one way to truly enable your reader to see into your mind. It's a very intimate exercise.
I see. That's a certainly interesting technique. Thanks for sharing.
I have, an example of that if you'd like to read it.
Of course. Is this the poem you wrote for today? Yuri nods and timidly hands me her poem.
The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the skittering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So, I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself?
Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Average?
Well, yeah, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener.
Who should I show my poem to next?
Spunky girl.
Assyria has decided.
So it is written.
Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort.
That's good.
Come to think of it, this kind of reminds me of Sayuri's poem from yesterday.
Eh? You think so?
Yeah, well, I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be on the same wavelength. But you have never really struck me as her type.
So Yuri has a type all of a sudden.
Well, I don't know. But honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? Like she's dragging around a dead weight.
That was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way. If it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way.
Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh, yeah, I guess I'm supposed to show you my poem. Here. Amy likes spiders. You know what I learned about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she's like spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. One of her friends start to like spiders too. That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. But I'm not going to tell anyone. Not bad, right?
It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's.
Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do.
No, of course not.
Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with some much simpler analogies. And it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk.
Do you know people like that?
Of course, it's about how everyone thinks that doesn't even matter. It can't be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Sometimes that you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that's not likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Huh, that's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today.
Huh? Did you say Yuri?
Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers. I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you. That people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about these things.
Really? Well, I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that she's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything.
Natsuki has trouble finding words.
I guess I should not be so mean to her. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson.
Well, I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem.
It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important. But I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm going to write a good one for tomorrow, too, so look forward to it.
And then Monica.
Voice change.
Hi again, Average. How's the writing going?
Alright, I guess.
I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece.
I wouldn't count on that.
You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today?
Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica.
Alright. I like this one. Makes me think of something Sayuri would like.
Is that so?
You and Sayuri, are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common.
Well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different.
Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when I'm reading your poem.
You sure you're not reading into it so much?
I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, so Yuri's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too?
Yeah, that's totally unexpected.
Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too.
Alright, let's take a look.
Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, and endless cacophony.
Cacophony.
Yeah, cacophony. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a violin on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. load me.
It's even more abstract than your last one, huh?
I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess.
I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise.
I see. It's still hard for me to tell what's it about, though.
Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with a reader. So putting it in that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this a tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right?
Right.
I have something extra planned today. So if everyone could come and sit at the front of the room.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Ugh. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. So Yuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event.
Okay, that's great and all. But that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event.
Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing.
Performing?
Monica,
Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let everyone else come up with and recite poems too. So Yuri's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time.
Sayori, who's been coloring the poster, holds it up for us to see.
Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you?
Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea?
Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that.
I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that.
Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear.
Guys,
No, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But I think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put in on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about.
Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun.
That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with the others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know I do. I know we all do. And if it all takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I'll know we can do it.
Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get in new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit.
Well, maybe, but...
It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll have to get over it.
All right.
Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri?
Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces.
I guess I don't really have a choice.
Aha! That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri.
This club is seriously going to be the death of me.
Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other.
No, wait!
Monika, this is too sudden.
Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers?
Oh no.
Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable.
Can I go next?
Of course. Now, let's see.
Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium.
The title of this poem is The Way They Fly.
Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes her recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles.
That was so good, Monika.
Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayuri?
I'll go next.
What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden.
Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium.
This poem is called...
Yuri anxiously glances at each of us.
You can do it, Yuri.
It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye.
Yuri's voice shakes as he starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in a structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition, the stuff she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught off so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest, and rushes back into her seat.
Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing.
Looks like Yuri is down for the count.
Okay. I guess I'm next then.
So Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium.
This one's called My Meadow. Ah. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, I giggled. Hee 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 hee.
So Yuri,
It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily?
Try to not think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself like in front of a mirror in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way.
I see. Okay then.
So Yuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud.
I
Good job, Sayori.
did it! Even average like that. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayuri. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery.
Huh? I don't really understand.
In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading.
Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone.
The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little bit more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know?
Okay.
Now, who's next? Mitsuki?
Don't make me go before average. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. I might as well let average lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it.
Hey,
Natsuki.
it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else.
Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that will improve over time, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki.
Yeah, I'm going.
Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium.
The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me?
Because you're presenting?
Anyway, the poem is called Jump.
Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds.
Woo.
She huffs back to her seat.
That wasn't so bad, was it?
Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again.
Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people?
I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing.
That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me.
Well, that's just how it is, so...
Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick up a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting.
Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead.
That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me feel really happy.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's just try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day.
I can't wait.
I can do this. I can do this.
Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monika, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monika, then I have to do my best.
Ready to go?
Oh, ready to go, Sayori? Are you ready?
Yep.
Look at you two, always going home together like that.
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay. Average. You don't have to say it.
Whatever. Let's go already.
Oh,
I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori.
oh, sorry. I was spacing out.
No wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Well, okay guys, will we
Here it
walk
comes.
home with Yuri or will we still walk home with Sayori?
Yuri is supposed to be the waifu.
That's true.
We've
So-
all agreed
Yes.
upon this, right?
Okay,
Yes.
so we should break your heart right now?
Break her heart right now.
Okay. I would
It's best to just rip off that band-aid. It's worse when you drag a girl along.
Yep.
I would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so...
Isn't she so beautiful and smart?
That has nothing to do with that. That has nothing to do with what I just said.
You admitted it.
Jeez. It's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen.
Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know?
Need you? Sayori, I can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now.
Sorry.
Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you.
If you say so.
The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward.
Well, you should be.
But it was kind of her fault for trapping me with such a weird question. I can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I would hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Okay guys, we got time to do our homework. Who are we impressing?
We're gonna impress the waifu.
Yuri?
We already chose.
Well, we chose, so what does she like?
Siri, it's all you.
She likes something unending.
Unending.
She likes
Hard?
horror. Mhm.
Huh?
She likes dark.
Dark. Nope.
What? Okay. She likes uncanny.
Uncanny. Yeah?
Disoriented.
Disoriented?
Fantasy.
Fantasy. Nope.
What the heck? All right. She likes adventure.
Adventure.
All right. This is going great. How about unrestrained?
Unrestrained.
Disaster.
Ooh, raindrops.
Let's go with agonizing.
Isn't that what we said?
Agonizing.
Let's go with melancholy. Melancholy.
Melancholy.
Yes. Let's go with journey.
Journey. Street
Let's
light
go with
people.
memories.
Memories. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go with frightening.
Frightening.
Mm,
I sure do like Amine.
let's go with passion. Vertigo.
Vertigo.
Let's go with tragedy.
No.
Oh my God.
Not Mary. She likes happy and sad, but
Yes.
over here she likes more mystery
Let's
and
see. Let's go with.
apparently not dark.
Let's go with cry.
Right?
Yes.
Mm.
All right. Let's go with unrequited. What the heck?
Yeah,
Okay. Well.
3 more.
Maybe like a massacre? No?
No, it's
Right.
gonna be after image.
After image.
Or Crimson Eye.
Yep.
And let's go with let's go with empty.
Empty. Final one.
Whisper.
Whisper.
How do you think you did?
Well,
We'll find out.
next time, I guess.
Yeah, next time. Next time we'll find out what's causing Monica some distress. Until next time, this is Average Man
And Fallon!
And a Steery.
And Arsma.
saying see ya.
Adios!
Laters.
Bye bye.